Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Healing Honey. If it's your first time here, welcome. How to get over a breakup, how to get over somebody. Boundaries, and this is about self-love and just finding some comfort. I hope that this video can help you in some way. I feel like we've all experienced some form of heartbreak in one way or another, or even heartache, right? And that's the price that we pay for love. And so any type of love, romantic love, friendships, family, when your heart truly loves someone, you are going to have to feel some pain and some loss. It comes with it. But like the famous quote says, it's better to have loved and to have lost than to have never loved at all. So I want to share with you how to get over someone, how to cope with the breakup, and how to move on, release, let go. And it could be really hard. It could be a confusing time, a lot of emotions going up and down, all the way around, and it's okay. So I hope that this video can comfort you in some way, can help you on your path, and I just want you to know that you're loved. Remember that you're loved and that you're guided. Every step is deliberate. The universe is within you and watching over you. And so you're not alone, and everything is going to be okay. So just remember that in your heart. Don't get too down on yourself. But I want to share with you how I've learned to let go. Even when I really felt super in love or super attached to somebody, thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with them. They were my person. But sometimes life doesn't go the way that we thought it would. And we have to learn how to let go. So what can we do? How to move on, how to let go of someone you love, how to get over a breakup. And you guys, our emotions are crazy, right? So, oh my God, revenge. Oh my God, I gotta be with somebody in their face. I gotta get them back. I gotta slander them on social media. I've seen that, like couples, they broke up and then they start tripping. Or I have to turn other people against them. I have to, come at their family, threaten them. Like, honestly, love is so powerful. It's like the most powerful force in the universe. So when it's mishandled, when you cannot get a grip on your emotions, you could lose it, okay? People have really gotten hurt emotionally, physically over the subject of love. But is that really love, right? So I want you to look at the person that you were in a relationship with as a soul and as human, like having a human experience. Have empathy. See them as someone you once loved. They were a baby at some point, innocent at some point, even if they did you wrong, right? And so don't fall into the trap of anger. It's okay to feel angry or feel depressed or sad. It's fine. But about how do we move past that? Like, how do we really let go? Because if you stay stuck in anger or grief or like sadness too long, okay, now you're just hurting yourself. Like if the relationship ended a long time ago but you're still harping on it, like you haven't let it go, then this is the video for you. Okay, how to really let go. Grieve, but then release. Something that's really helped me on my journey is learning how to truly love myself within. Be there for myself. And love to me means kindness, gentleness, patience, honesty, truth. So being that for me, hearing my inner voice, getting in tune with my own soul, listening to myself, right? Because that's what we really love in connection, like when somebody else is listening to you and absorbing you, right? And so for me, I've had to do that with me and hear myself, give myself a chance to express what's within and comfort myself, be there for me. Okay, so self-love is the foundation to healthy relationships, and it's what's going to save you if somebody walks out your life or a relationship comes to an end. Maybe you choose to walk away, but it is just part of life. Okay, so you're stronger than you think, and there's always a reason for everything. So always tap back into self-love, because that is what's going to It's like the base, the foundation. Okay, so fill your cup first, whether you're in a relationship, a marriage, or not, because you came into the world alone. You're going to leave the world alone. We're here to love one another, but never lose yourself in a relationship. And if you do, that's okay, but come back home to yourself. Okay, and so how to really move on, how to release somebody, how to get over a breakup. The first thing you want to do, and it might be the hardest thing to do, is to accept what has happened. You have to accept it. Okay? The reason why breakups drag on so long is because one or both parties have not accepted it. Okay? I'm confused. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I move on? I don't want to move on. I don't think I can move on. What if they find someone new? Like your ego can get entangled, or you can be feeling self-doubt. Then the unworthiness creeps in. Well, I wasn't enough. Well, what if I change? Well, what if I do this and they do that? Well, let's just see what happens and all of this stuff. That is fine. Make your own choices. But how to really move on is by accepting the situation. Make a decision. And if you choose to break up with somebody, then you have to accept that that's a breakup. There's no need to keep communicating with them. There's no need to hold on to hope. There's no need for that, because then you're keeping yourself in limbo, in a gray area. And you don't have to do that. How to really move on is to accept that we are broken up. That means delete their number. If they can't accept that, block their number. Delete them off of social media. Don't go to where they are. Don't, and it seems so harsh, but this is what's really going to help you. And you don't have to do it all at once, right? Because we're all different. We're all have different sensitivity levels, and it depends how long you've been with somebody. But even just a few months, breakups are hard. So you have to tap into your inner strength, but it is going to be so much easier when you make a clean cut. So make a decision and stick to it, and then accept it, right? Instead of seeing this person as the person, like the love of your life, just start seeing them as someone you once loved, right? And I heard someone say that one time, and it was really beautiful. So again, it's your perspective, because if you carry hate and if you carry anger and resentment in your heart, it turns you bitter, it hardens your heart, and then now you're not over it. So to really move on, you have to find inner peace, and you find inner peace after you accept the situation that's done. How to get over someone that you love, how to move on. You guys, the easiest way to accept the breakup is to remember why you broke up. Okay, because breakups don't just happen out of nowhere. They don't happen out the blue. And I hear that so often, even like marriages that don't work out. Oh, we just broke up out of nowhere. And right, like studies show that 50% out of a relationship, the last 50% was the breakup process when it doesn't work out. And that's okay. Breakups get you one step closer to who you're more compatible with, or who you're meant to be in the present season of your life. Either two people can grow together or they grow apart, but they're going to be growing. Stagnation does not exist in this universe. Everything's vibrating and moving. So either you're moving closer or you're moving apart. Okay, so remember why it's ending. What's the reason for the breakup? And it's not to trigger you. It's not to relive the bad things, but just become conscious of it and accept it. So some of my breakups happened because of infidelity, lying, like secrets was a really big thing, and just not being on the same page, not being on the same trajectory, wanting different things in life. And so that's why it ended. So when you take your feelings out of it and you just look at it for, okay, well, why did we break up? Oh, it's because they cheated on me, like straight up. So yeah, forgiveness, but that doesn't mean you have to be back with them. When you get back with somebody who's hurt you, then just, it's kind of like you're making yourself susceptible to it happening again. And a lot of times it does. And that's your call, but if it's one of those situations where it's like a pattern and it's the same thing over and over again, then, there's your answer right there. So how to really move on is to acknowledge the fact of why you broke up. Cognitive dissonance. A lot of times we don't want to see the bad in someone, especially somebody that we love or care about. We don't want to see like the bad part. We just want to glorify the good part. But just write it down. Like for me, that's helped me. Like write down what went wrong in the relationship, why you guys went your separate ways. Like, oh, did not want to work through our problems, had a hard time communicating, or was liking other girls' pics on Instagram, or whatever the case is for you, had a really bad attitude, or didn't get along with my family or friend group, or was disrespectful, or put their hands on me, or cheated on me. And so it's rough, it's hard. You might shed some tears, feel the emotions, because then it's going to pass through you. When you refuse to feel the emotions, especially the tough ones, they get stuck in your body. Now you're carrying it around with you. And that's why people can't move on. Instead, just let yourself cry. Just be mad. Just see them as a human, which means light and dark, good and bad, flawed and all, right? Either you're going to both decide to deal with each other's BS and move past it together, or you're not. But a breakup means that one or both of you have decided not to work it out. So you gotta let it go. Oh, my dolls, my angels. It's okay. We're healing out here. It's cool, right? You're strong. It's a process. We have to make peace within. And when you're going through a breakup, it's so important to do the inner work on yourself and forgive yourself for any mistakes you've made. Forgive the other person and release the resentment. Because if you don't, you will end up attracting someone else it's like going to be the same situations with a different face, because everything is spiritual on earth. And so just do the inner work on yourself and just be there for yourself. And I'm here to help you. I love sharing the things I've learned in my own journey with you. Okay, so how to let go of someone that you love. Try to see the lesson in it, because everyone's a lesson or a blessing or both. And so extract the lesson. What have you learned out of the situation? And not about them, like about yourself, because when breakups happen, it's teaching you what you find acceptable and what you want for yourself, and that's okay. You can have expectations. You can have standards. You should, because this is your life and this is your heart, and you have to take care of yourself. So what did you learn from this situation? What behavior is acceptable and what is unacceptable for you? What were the blessings in it? Shift into gratitude. Instead of crying over what didn't work out, be grateful for what did, right? And hold those memories in your heart. This is especially important in the beginning stages, because you still are feeling very tender for this person, right? Deep inside. If you're watching a video like this, it's because maybe you don't, inside's telling you, no, don't let it go, right? So how do I do it? Of course, so see the blessing in it. But just know that the universe doesn't make mistakes. And even when you think something's going wrong, it's actually going right. So the universe is working for your highest good, even when you can't see it at the time. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, next month, next year. And if it seems really hard to move on, that means there's some things that you really need to work on within yourself. Because you should never feel like codependent. You should never feel like you cannot survive without somebody else. Oh, I don't want to live. I can't live or breathe without them. My life sucks without them. Life is not as good without them. Those are all huge red flags that within there are some things that you need to work on and heal, because you're whole. You're whole. That's the word holy. You're whole within yourself. God's within you. You're complete. You're not fragmented. Connection is beautiful. Love is beautiful. But what about within? Have you been connecting within? Do you love yourself within? And that's why I tell you self-love is the foundation. If you feel like you need someone, then that's going to attract the wrong kind of person. How to get over a breakup. Wait a minute. Okay, one thing I really want you to do though is, I don't want you to blame yourself. Like, okay, we know we're not perfect, but staying stuck in shame or guilt, like, I did so much wrong, like, if I would have just done this, if I hadn't done that, if I blah, 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 like, that is going to prolong the process so much. That's why I said, learn the lesson. That means, like, about yourself too, because there's reason behind everything, because the creator is so divine. So there's lessons you needed to learn. That person hurt your feelings because you had to build self-worth within. Like, they cheated because you didn't need to be with them. Like, they weren't good enough for you. If somebody cheats on you, they're not good enough for you, period dot. Like, so don't blame yourself. And I feel like it's so much in human nature to do this. You guys, let me tell you this. One time I thought I was going to be with somebody forever. Like, I thought I had found my person, and when we broke up, I did not want to let go. I'm not even going to tell you how long it took me to finally let go, because we were off and on for years. Okay? I could never grip, like, I could never understand, if we love each other and we're like best friends, why we couldn't be together. And I wanted to share this with you because I even came across the video on YouTube where this man was sitting up here telling his audience that, ladies, this is the one reason why a man walks out of your life, because he sees a better future with someone else. This is what he's telling people. What does that do to the women watching his video? They start blaming themselves, thinking that they're not good enough. Let me give you an actual real reason why somebody walks out of your life, because it's very easy for you to think you weren't good enough, or there's something wrong with you, that you're not enough. This relationship that was in and out of my life for years at a time, I've known this person for like over a decade, right? We had broken up. I had moved out of state. We were like done for good, and we hadn't spoken to each other in years. And he ends up getting my number, calling me. I was surprised to hear from him. And it turns out, like, he finally came clean years and years and years later. He told me the truth of why he needed to walk out of my life, why he chose to break up with me. It wasn't because he saw a better future with somebody else. It was because the person that he went with was doing drugs with him. Drugs that he knew I would never be okay with. And my mind was blown. You know, and I'm sharing this with you because it's real life. Okay, it's not an ego thing. It's not your fault all of the time. People make decisions because of where they're at in their life. And that's why I tell you that the universe is protecting you. A similar thing happened with my best friend growing up, and she left my life. So in a way, it's the same feelings of, like, how do you let go of someone that you love, meaning someone you're used to, a relationship in your life, somebody who was part of your life, your close circle. And then when they're no longer there, like, how do you cope with that? But later on, I found out it was protection. And so everything is happening for your highest good, to protect you, even when you can't see it, right? So rejection is protection. And these are just some of the real life things that I've been through in my life. And so instead of being so hard on yourself or living in the past, trying to think of everything that could have went right, or you did wrong, or they did wrong, the past is over. but you're in this moment right now. Life is happening right now. So you have to grant yourself permission to move on. You have to allow yourself to move on by accepting what's happened, knowing the practical reasons, like why you broke up, take your feelings out of it, get the lesson, and like see the higher picture, which is that it happened for a reason, even if you don't know what that reason is until much later. So surrender. You guys, who remembers these? These are old school. They're so good. I put like my glass straw in it. It's so good, but it has a lot of sugar, so just be aware of that. But green tea is so good and so healthy for you. So how to move on from someone you love, how to get over somebody. It sucks, but you're gonna survive. And you know, there's something better for you out there. It's up to you. Like you have to, when you're ready, change your mindset and change your perspective. And that's why I said be grateful, because it's so much easier to move on when you're in a good space inside. So if you can try to remember the good times and be grateful for that, and just take the lesson like, okay, I'm so grateful that we have those beautiful memories, that I learned these things, that they were there for me at this point in time, that, you know, I got to share these experiences with them. I'm so grateful for that. But I learned that, okay, I've changed in this way, so I need somebody like this. I am headed in this direction, and so like who would be better for me, right? Or I value loyalty, I value communication. You get to learn more about yourself. So see it with positive eyes, because the inner peace is what's going to help you move on in a healthy way. And remember why you broke up, because sometimes you get into a healthier space and this other person may have not done any inner work, and they see you shining and glowing, and here they come, right? Oh, let's work it out. Well, wait, why? And so you're allowed to say no. You're allowed to move on. You're free to do that. It doesn't make you a bad person. And that's what I'm saying, like, work on your inner state, because feelings are going to creep up. Guilt. Oh, well, they said they're going to do this if I break up with them. They said they can't live if I'm not there. Like, yes, they can. So don't let guilt control you. Don't let their anger, their threats, or whatever's going on within you stop you, but instead trust the process and surrender to the universe, to the higher purpose of why it's happening. Okay, so something better could be in store for you, but you'll never be able to receive it if you don't surrender. So when one door closes, another door will open. And you guys, if you've been here for a while, then you know that I've been single for a long time. But because I've been going through this cleansing process within my own life, healing my own self, although I've been technically single, I have not been really open. Like, I haven't been acting single, or I haven't been like energetically open to like dating, things like that. Like, I've been taking my time real slow. Which is fine, so that I can share videos like this with you, because when I tell you how to get over someone, it's because I've learned how to get over somebody, and it's okay. More than one. It happens, right? But here's the thing. When you change your mindset. So yesterday, I just decided to go into the world with a different energy, with a different mindset, where I'm now embracing, like, okay, well, I'm single, and I'm gonna let my eyes float around and see like the world with a new set of eyes. Cautious, wiser, more discernment, right? But slightly more open. Okay, well, what's around me, like in my environment? Because I don't know if online dating is it, y'all. I really don't. I don't know. And you never gonna catch me on Tinder. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So it's like, I'm one of those people who I'd rather meet in person and feel your energy and stuff like that. So, okay, I changed my mindset, right? And then when I went into the world, I promise you, I went outside. I was outside. The places that I was going to, so many men were looking at me. Different ages, different colors. Like, at the store. I went to different places with my daughter, and I'm just like getting all of these looks, and I didn't have an ounce of makeup on. I just had some lip gloss on, okay? My hair was just back. I was wearing something like kind of cute, but what I'm trying to say is that it wasn't my physical appearance, because that's how I always look when I'm going out or whatever. It was the energy. So when you change your perspective, when you make the decision that, oh, well, maybe the universe has something out there for me that I don't see yet, that I can't see. And you're open, like you open your heart, your energy shifts, and we're all energetic beings, and so other energetic beings can feel that vibe from you, and they're going to gravitate towards you. So you're like a magnet, but it depends on your thoughts. What are the quality of your thoughts? If you're out here thinking, oh, I'm this, I'm that, like negative things, then you're going to attract negative things. You're going to literally create them within your life, even subconsciously. So when instead you protect your thoughts and you are living as a conscious person or being, then you open yourself to love. You're vibrating in love. You're healing inside. You're feeling love from within. You feel complete. You feel hopeful. You have faith in the universe. You're surrendered. So that means you have trust in the divine, right? You know you're not limited. So if somebody hurt you, they're not the only person in the world. Hello, they're not. And so somebody out there can love you because you're lovable. You're beautiful. You're powerful, and you're so worthy and deserving, but you have to know it first from within, and then you'll attract it. So I hope that this video helped you in some way. How to move on, how to let somebody go. Drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'm sending you so much love on your journey. Lots of healing and power. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.